I went to register a boat one time, and the first time I went in there into the DMV, you got this kind of clerk everybody dreads. No interest in the job, no interest in people. She looked at the application, she checked something, she said, "That's wrong." And I said, "What's wrong with it?" "Next, that's wrong." She would not tell me what was wrong with it. Went back, had exactly the same experience. The third time I went back, she took the thing, "That's wrong," and she looked up and she saw the leprechaun. And she got a big smile on her face, and she said, "Oh, wait a minute, we can fix that." And she asked me a question, and she said, "Oh, here." And she asked me a question, and she fixed. And I got the boat registered, and I got outside, and I said, "What just happened?" And it took me a while to realize that the first 2 times I was there was in a heat wave. And I don't wear my hat when it gets over 90 because it's just too uncomfortable. And the third time I had the hat on. And it is really amazing the way that the leprechaun affects people. I am the Yonkers leprechaun. Have been for 20 years, 25 years now. People ask me if I'm a real leprechaun. I tell them that I am the realest leprechaun they will ever meet. And that certainly is the truth.
He does. He wears green every day, and then you go to the bottom of the hill and you honk and he waves. This is a little house on the corner in Yonkers, and he even has a green car. Everybody knows him. He's famous.
I didn't just wake up one morning and put on all green and become a leprechaun. 50 years ago, I found this hat, or one just like it, and fell in love with it. And I wore it for many, many years. No thought of a leprechaun. And then one day I grew a beard and a mustache. And all of a sudden behind me I keep hearing leprechaun, leprechaun, leprechaun. And I mean, it was bugging me because this went on for months because I had almost nothing in green. Green was nowhere near my favorite color. You know, I might have had one green shirt. And then one day I wore that green shirt though, and people are coming up to me, big smiles on their faces. "Do you know you look like a leprechaun?" And I said, "Hey, this is pretty neat, I like that." I've been in a restaurant and had people that I never talked to, never knew, buy me dinner just because they like seeing a leprechaun. I was in a restaurant on 125th Street and I met these 2 African-American women. They were showing me the stuff that they had in their basket they were bringing over to their church, and it was all St. Patrick's Day related. One of them gave me this and one of them gave me a pin, and I always thought it was really nice. They took it out of their church's things. They were obviously deeply religious women, and they gave it to me. There's nothing that I really, really, really want that I can't afford. Yes, quite simply, I will always be a leprechaun. Unless something traumatic happens and I can't be anymore. Well, then I just can't imagine what that would be. Whatever strikes me. I'm retired. I have nobody to answer to. So I decide what I'm going to do 5 minutes before I do it. I have so much enjoyment out of being the leprechaun. You can't even imagine it. Things happen, good things happen to leprechauns. You see smiling faces all the time. You know, you rarely see a frown on a person's face because they see a leprechaun. It's magical. And I just get the biggest kick out of it. I'm about a quarter Irish, about half Italian. A leprechaun never tells where his gold is, because if he did, he wouldn't have his gold very long. On St. Patrick's Day, I go down to the parade in New York City and have my picture taken. My earliest memory is about 300 yards that away, standing on a little red rocker, looking out my window at the train going behind Smithfield. I really don't know how much it has changed. Things got more modern because things have to get more modern. At times the city was let go to heck in a handbasket, and at other times it was governed rather well. Sometimes they waste money, sometimes they do good things with it. other than being remembered forever, there's no hard part about it. I've thought of this many, many times, and I can't find any downside to being a leprechaun. Because, you know, every once in a while I look at myself and I say, this is not normal. You know, people don't go around dressing up like a leprechaun. And then I say, so what? I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Other people get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Why shouldn't I do it? And until I get an answer to that one, I will dress like a leprechaun. Amen.